How your gut bacteria control your decisions. It's not what you think by Dr. Tracy Marks. I'm gonna drop a like my video real quick. I actually have heard this before. I made a video about this shit about how your
What if I
gut be
told you the
talking.
key to
Your
making
gut
better
be talking,
decisions
gang.
isn't just in
You
your brain,
feed
but in
me.
your gut? That's right. Your gut bacteria are secretly pulling the strings on your decisions. Stick around and I'll explain how. I'm Dr. Tracy Marks, a psychiatrist, and I make mental health education videos to strengthen your mind, fortify your brain, and build resilience. Today, we're looking into the fascinating new research on
Is that a skin condition or is that makeup? Cause you said like it's like mad light at the eyebrows, but over here it's like is that a skin condition or is that just makeup?
how your gut bacteria influence your decisions. If you've watched my other videos on this topic of gut bacteria, you know about the gut brain connection. If you haven't, I'll link those videos to this video. But for now, I'll give you a quick refresh on the gut brain connection. Think of it as a two-way street where your gut and your brain are in constant communication through the
Shoot, my gut just made me think. I just had some food earlier, nigga. I was hungry, boy. You feed me.
vagus nerve. In fact, the trillions of organisms in your gut called the microbiome are so influential that they're sometimes called your second brain. If you want more details on this, check out my previous videos on the gut brain axis. Today we're focusing on new stuff. Let's start with what recent research tells us about decision making, and this is where it gets
Yeah, like what's up with her eyebrows, bro?
fascinating. Scientists have discovered that people with healthier gut bacteria populations tend to be more careful with risk taking behavior and more future oriented decisions. They
So y'all all y'all impulsive niggas. Y'all, that's just your belly talking to you, nigga.
even process emotional information differently, particularly when it comes to recognizing and responding to emotions. But it's not just about emotion, it's about fundamental decision making processes. And here's the science behind this. Gut bacteria influence the production of about 95% of your body's serotonin. They
Damn.
also influence dopamine production and other neurotransmitters that are essential
95%?
for decision making. These bacteria even affect how much tryptophan is available in your brain. And serotonin is made from tryptophan, so tryptophan is considered a precursor to serotonin. Here's another interesting point. Research has found that people with better gut health tend to prioritize fairness in decision making. Scientists believe this happens
So all you selfish niggas, it's really just your belly. I'm on you niggas' heads, or dirty belly ass nigga.
through multiple pathways: direct neurotransmitter production, signaling through the vagus nerve, and even by influencing how much inflammation occurs in your body, which can affect how your brain functions. And how do the bacteria do this? Your gut bacteria produce hundreds of metabolites, and these are chemical compounds that directly influence your brain's signaling systems. Electrical systems is how your nerves communicate with each other. So these bacterial metabolites change how your nerve circuits function, including areas responsible for emotional processing and executive function. But here's another new area of research: postbiotics. You've probably heard of probiotics, the live
Yeah.
bacteria that are good for your gut, and prebiotics, the fibers that feed these bacteria. But postbiotics, these are the next step in the chain.
All right.
Postbiotics are bioactive compounds that gut bacteria produce when they ferment prebiotic fibers. And some examples are short chain fatty acids like butyrate, and then enzymes, peptides, and even certain vitamins. Postbiotics are important because they're the ones doing the heavy lifting. For example, butyrate, one of the most studied postbiotics, strengthens the gut lining, reduces inflammation, and helps regulate serotonin
I can see
production.
that.
All of these changes directly impact your mood and even your ability to handle stress. Other postbiotics, including enzymes and peptides, have been shown to support immune function
my
and
gosh,
reduce
hold up.
harmful bacteria in the gut. Scientists are even exploring postbiotics as therapeutic tools for conditions like metabolic syndrome, obesity, and inflammatory diseases. For everyday use, though, the focus is on eating the right foods to naturally boost your postbiotic production. Now, let's say you decide to change your
Yeah, get
diet
healthy,
to
nigga.
improve your gut health. How long does it take to see changes in brain function? Here's what the
That is a
research
good
shows.
question. I'm not going to cap.
Initial changes in gut bacterial composition begin by days 4 to 14. The first noticeable
You
improvements
niggas have
in
no
mood
excuse.
and mental
You niggas have no excuse. It's having that fucking long, bro. You niggas have no excuse. You nigga eat right and get your belly right. You eat.
clarity show up in weeks 2 to 6. You can even see
What that
mood
say?
and mental clarity 4 to 14. The first noticeable improvements in mood and mental clarity show up in weeks 2 to 6. You can even see positive changes in your emotional processing and decision making. Then in months 2 to 3, you get more long-term adaptations in neural pathways. What I find interesting about this timeline is the traditional serotonin antidepressants like Prozac and Lexapro also take about 2 to 6 weeks to see some improvement in your symptoms. So as far as timing of change, the prescription medications don't outperform the bacteria. Now,
That is very interesting, bro. Maybe before getting on pills, you should try to change your diet around. You feel me?
the effect of prescription meds is stronger, but it's still empowering to know that even smaller changes to your brain are within your control through diet.
Yeah.
Speaking of change, studies suggest that the postbiotics that I just talked about might accelerate these changes. Postbiotics appear to have a stronger and faster effect on changing the gut microbes and changing cognitive function. Another positive feature of them is that they have an extended shelf life and are more stable than probiotics. So, how can you apply this to your life? Here are 5 practical suggestions.
All right.
First, diversify your diet. Aim for 30 different types of plant-based foods each week.
30 different types of plant-based foods each week? What? Nah, shorty. Alright, bro. Cause nigga, that's like, what the fuck? It's 7 days in a week. 28. Nigga, that's like 7. That's like fucking 4 different plant-based meals a day. Nigga, what the fuck?
And this variety produces a diverse gut population.
Nah, let's
Diversify
bring
your
that back.
diet.
Let's bring that
Aim
back.
for 30 different types of plant-based foods each week.
30 different types of plant-based foods each week. That means that you need a little bit more than 4 different kinds of plant-based foods a day, bro.
And this variety produces a diverse gut population, which means more robust postbiotic production. Now, 30 different plants might sound overwhelming.
Okay, yeah, she knew what the fuck. Okay, my bad. You know, I guess it's not too hard. You get some nuts one day. Now that's still, but third nigga, you can't eat like I was gonna say nuts, orange, fucking rice, spinach. You know what I'm saying? But you can't eat those again. Like you have to get some squash and some other bullshit the next day.
But it's more achievable than you might
I fucking hate squash, by the way. I hate squash.
think. For example, a simple meal of a mixed salad with lettuce, tomatoes, cucumbers, and
Ah, damn, she fucking me up. Okay, now that's fact. So, but that's 7 different salads every
pumpkin
day.
seeds already gives you 4 plants. Add quinoa with mixed vegetables for dinner. Throw in some berries.
Oh, you keep them all the same day too, I guess. Okay, you know what? Okay, now my fault. She got it. I'm sorry. She knew what the fuck I was thinking. She got up in my head and said, "Nah, nigga, I'm about to fuck your brain up," and you did. My fault. I'll shut the fuck up.
The nuts in your breakfast, and you're already at 10 to 12 different plants just in one day. Herbs and spices count too, so that dash of basil or turmeric in your cooking it's also contributing to your weekly variety.
Okay, hold up.
Second, experiment with fermented foods. If you're new to foods like kimchi or kefir, start small. Even a few spoonfuls can introduce
I've heard about this, but
beneficial bacteria to your gut.
I don't fuck with
Third,
that
boost
fermented.
fiber intake.
You can keep the fermented shit. Yeah, you ain't gonna count.
Add chia seeds or flax seeds to your meals.
I used to fuck with chia seeds. OD, nigga. Fuck you mean?
They're easy to incorporate into smoothies or oatmeal. Fourth, limit artificial sweeteners. These
Right.
can disrupt your bacterial metabolism. Fifth, maintain consistent meal times to support bacterial rhythms. Even microorganisms have circadian rhythms and thrive with predictable schedules.
Okay.
Here's a pitfall to avoid. Don't fall into the supplement trap right away. Although specific postbiotic supplements are becoming available, the research shows that food based sources combined with a healthy diet provide the most beneficial effects on decision making processes.
Word.
Also, be realistic about timing. Some people notice improvements in mental clarity within days, but the deep changes in decision making patterns typically take 6 to 8 weeks to establish. This aligns with how long it takes to form new neural pathways in the brain. Looking to the future, researchers are now investigating how specific postbiotic compounds might be used to enhance decision making in high stress situations or improve emotional regulation.
Niggas can't regulate their emotions, make decisions because they gut fucked up. Yeah.
And this could have huge implications for building mental resilience and managing stress related decisions. Beyond just making better decisions, is building a more resilient brain. The compounds produced by your gut bacteria play a central role in protecting your brain cells, reducing inflammation, and supporting cognitive function as you age. Think of it as creating a positive feedback loop. Better gut health leads to better decisions, which often leads to choices that further support gut health. This self reinforcing cycle is a powerful way to build lasting resilience. So, what's your next step? Start with one change, maybe adding a fermented food to your daily meals. And observe how your mental clarity and decision making evolve over the next few
That
weeks.
fermented shit,
Building a
nah.
resilient mind starts with small, consistent changes that
Everything else
strengthen
you
your
said was
habits
valid, though.
and enhance your ability to adapt to stress. Incremental improvements like adding nutrient rich foods or practicing mindfulness can create lasting benefits for both mental and physical resilience over time. Thanks for watching today.
Oh,
If you
boy.
want to learn more about building mental
Nah, facts. Like my video. I need that support. If you don't like my videos because your gut is fucked up, fuck you, me. Nah, but that's pretty much it for this video. Drop a like, subscribe if you're new. Love you. Catch my next video. Peace. The freak out.